Hi everyone, welcome to Study Buddy Homeschooling. In today's session, we'll be seeing question and answer discussion of the chapter Boli from Cbse Class 10 English. So let's go into the question and answers. So the first question is, why is Boli's father worried about her? Boli's father Ramlal was worried about her as she neither had good looks nor intelligence. When Boli was 10 months old, she had a fall from her bed because of which she had a minor brain injury, because of which she had slower learning skills and she stammered as well. When she was 2 years old, she had smallpox, because of which she had pockmarks all over her body and face, because of which she looked not so good. This made her father and mother very worried because they were worried who is going to marry Boli because of her looks and slower learning skills. So the next question is, for what unusual reasons is Boli sent to school? In Boli's village, a primary school for girls was open and Tehsildar, a higher revenue official, had inaugurated the primary school in their village. Ramlal, who also works in the revenue department, also had gone for the inauguration. Tehsildar insisted that Ramlal should join his girls in the primary school as he is also a government servant and should support government schemes. He could not disobey his senior Tehsildar's order, and already his two girls were married. Champa was the third girl who was to be married, and Ramlal and his wife thought if they send the girls to school, they will not be married. But they understood that anyway, Boli will not be married due to her lower intelligence and not so good looks, and hence decided to send Boli to school to obey Tehsildar's request. Next question. Does Boli enjoy her first day at school? Yes, Boli enjoys her first day at school. Initially, she was scared as she had not seen anything like that before. But she was happy to see many girls of her age and was hoping that one of them could become her friend. She also enjoyed looking at the colorful pictures of the animals in her class and could relate them to her surrounding animals that she used to see every day at home. She felt bad about stammering in saying her name, but her teacher, with her love and care, made Boli feel very comfortable in her first day of her school. Next question. Does she find her teacher different from the people at home? Yes, Boli found her teacher to be very different from the people at home. Her home. When she stammered at home, people used to make fun of her and make her feel bad when Boli stammered to tell her name. Her teacher encouraged her to say her name and appreciated her for saying so. She even gave her a colorful book of animals and asked her to read and said she will give more books as she finishes this book and she will be the most learned person in a village and others will not make fun of her. This way, Boli found her teacher very understanding, caring and supportive, unlike her people at home who always made fun of her. Why did Boli's parents accept Bishambar's proposal? Boli's parents accepted Bishambar's marriage proposal because there was nobody in their village to marry Boli due to her pockmarks on her face and body, and she was considered less intelligent by the villagers. Bishambar was an old man, as old as Boli's father, Ramlal, but from another village, so he did not know about Boli. Bishambar was also a rich man owning a house, a shop and some money in his bank account. Considering all this, Boli's parents decided to get her married to Bishambar. Next question. Why does the marriage not take place? The marriage does not take place because Bishambar, after seeing Boli's face, demands 5,000 rupees as dowry. Boli's father also arranges the money, but Boli, after the groom's demand, realizes that Bishambar is a greedy and a heartless man and hence asks her father to take back 5,000 rupees and calls off her marriage. Let's move to the next set of questions. Think about it. First question. Boli had many apprehensions about going to school. What made her feel that she was going to a better place than her home? When Boli's father Ramlal pulled her hand to go to school, Boli was very much worried because she remembered her cow Lakshmi, who was forcibly taken out of her home and never returned. So similarly, Boli thought that she could also be taken out of the home. But what happened was Boli was dressed up nicely with clean clothes. Her hair was oiled and nicely plaited. She was readied very nicely. This made her feel that she was definitely going to a better place than her home. How did Boli's teacher play an important role in changing the course of her life? Boli's teacher played a very important role in changing her life because on the first day of her school, when the teacher asked Boli's name, Boli stammered. Even when she stammered, Boli's teacher encouraged her to do so, and when she said her name, she really appreciated her, which made Boli very confident. Apart from that, she gave her colorful picture or book of animals, and she asked them to read. And as soon as she said, as soon as Boli finishes that, she will give a better book. That way, she said, Boli is going to be definitely a much learned person in the whole village, and that way people will respect her. This changed the perspective of Boli. She became more confident about it. She thought she could overcome all her fear, her inferiority complex, the teasing from her villagers by studying. So she immersed herself in her studies, and the teacher definitely played a very important role in changing Boli's life. Why did Boli at first agree to an unequal match? Why did she later reject the marriage? What does this tell us about her? So Boli, when they had arranged this marriage, when the parents were discussing about the groom Bishambar, who was as old as Ramlal, Boli's father, Boli still agreed to the marriage because she didn't want to hurt her parents. She wanted her parents to be happy. She knew that her parents will be happy and free from all responsibilities when she is going to be married. So they were happy with the proposal because Bishambar was a very rich man. He was owning a shop, he was having some money, and he was having his own house, which made the parents happy. So Boli in turn also realized that if her parents are happy, she'll be happy. So she agreed to marry Bishambar, though he was as old as Boli's father, and he had a limping leg also. He was not handicapped also, slightly handicapped, and was limping. Then why did she reject the marriage? During the marriage ceremony, as soon as Bishambar lifted the veil or the cloth and saw Boli's face, Bishambar realized that she had lots of pock marks, and Bishambar said that if he wants to marry Boli, Ramlal has to give rupees 5,000 as dowry. This demand was made by Bishambar the groom, which did not go well with Boli. Boli's father Ramlal was willing to give 5,000 rupees, and he gave 5,000 rupees. But seeing all this, Boli was very upset that she realized that Bishambar was not a good man. He was a greedy man and a heartless man who could demand money at such a crucial juncture, and saying that without money I will not marry. So this made Boli realize that Bishambar is a greedy man and a heartless man, and hence she called off the marriage by herself. Fourth question, Boli's real name is Sulekha. We are told this right at the beginning, but only in the last, but one paragraph of the story is Boli called Sulekha again. Why do you think she's called Sulekha at that point in the story? So Boli was always called, even though her name was Sulekha, she was called Boli because everybody thought her to be fool. She went to school with all her teachers encouragement. She became a very learned person, but she kept quiet of herself. And when the time for marriage came, and when she called off the marriage, she began to say that she didn't want to go ahead with the marriage, and she cancelled off the marriage, saying that she will take care of the parents and she will work in the same school as a teacher is working and serve the village and her parents. So all this talking it really stunned the villagers, who all thought that she's a foolish girl, she's a stupid girl. But she was not the same. She was a much changed person, and hence Boli's real name Sulekha was mentioned in the last part of the paragraph, not as Boli, because she was no more a Boli. She was very much a changed person because of the influence of her teacher. So thanks for watching, and please do. I have made another video, line by line explanation of the story Boli. You can. I'll leave the link in the description below. Please check that also. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.